Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. My name is Rochelle, Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. I advise and empower women professionals, especially women veterans, to step up into their most authentic personal brand to attract and gain lucrative opportunities. And we do this by focusing on 4 different areas: appearance, behaviors, communication skills, and digital presence, because once we've mastered these areas, we can get all the things that we desire and, most importantly, deserve. And we start with the SLAY acronym and the SLAY word, if you will. SLAY means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, to dream big and work hard until you own it. It is also an acronym that stands for universal life and leadership philosophies that really resonate with me, and I hope that they resonate with you too. And they are: stay ready to be ready, lead out loud, a sense of community, and you are built to last. I am a professional keynote speaker, a personal brand expert, a certified image consultant, and author of 4 different books, y'all. Okay, so if you haven't had an opportunity to check out any of the books, they're all on Amazon. Just put my name in the search engine and you will see them come up, as well as United States Air Force veteran, and I served for 30 years. Huh? So we're going to talk about something that I just recently got a LinkedIn message from one of my brother in arms. And he said, when I saw this on today's show, I immediately thought of you and I wanted to send you this article. So he sent me this article, and y'all, we're going to have a heyday at this. Okay. So if you are here with me this morning on the live, okay, and I always love when people decide to come here live, because you can be spending your time anywhere else, really, but you decide to come into the space. Just go ahead and tell us your name and where you're streaming in from so that I can give you a shout out. And again, thank you so much for being here with me this morning. So for those that have never came to the show before and not quite sure of what we're talking about in here, in this particular show, we are talking about your personal brand. Okay. Personal branding means this is about you. This is not about your business. This is not particularly about your career. It's not about, anything that you particularly do from an occupational standpoint. What this is it's about the perception. What are you doing? All right. For those that see you, hear you, interact with you, is it in alignment with what you want it to be? Okay, because perception is reality in a lot of different cases. And what I found truest enough, especially the last 5 to 7 years of my career, when I created the word SLAY into an acronym, because it's always been a word. I have a story behind it. It's an acronym. I embody it, and it is in alignment with my business that I've created. And I created Slay to Success in 2022. So it all makes sense. Okay. It all makes sense to me. So when it makes sense to me, now it's very clear to the people that I speak to what I do, how I do it, and what the results are from when you work with me. Now, I have a Brand Boldly program that I have many women who have either signed up or have taken a master class or have secretly been stalking me. Okay. And I've had people come up to me all the time and like, I bought your books. Oh my gosh, I took your advice. I am doing things differently. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Right. And in my world, it's slay amazing. So personal branding is real about standing out. It's about owning your space. It is owning your narrative. It is about leveraging your authenticity. Okay. And you do this until you get what you want. I mean, that's basically where we're going. Okay. And whatever you want is up to you. So today we're going to talk about enclothed cognition. Enclothed cognition. Okay. And this is about dressing for the mindset you need to lead. Okay. Now, Leadership for me has been developed over quite some time. In my last role, I was leading at Ellsworth Air Force Base. There was about 8,000 or so people on the base. Just think of it as a mini town, a mini city. And, at that point of my career, I have been placed in different leadership roles, and I started to accelerate into other highly coveted leadership roles. And what I found in that particular role, my last role, was I needed to show up, okay, the way that I wanted other people to show up. And what I mean is, it first started with my uniform. There was not a day, I think the last maybe 15, 17 years of my career, there wasn't a day when I put that uniform on and I made sure everything was put together the way that the military wanted it to be put together. I really took time. I ironed. At the time, before they changed the uniforms, I was shining my boots. I made sure my belt was, the gig line was right. My hair was right, the makeup was right, the nails were right, all the intricate details. Okay. Because again, if I showed up not even caring and just put on the uniform, it would not be the same. And so, as I have transitioned out of the military and I retired in 2021, I realized the same types of things that I was doing in the military when it comes to the image piece is the same way that I am approaching it in the civilian sector. And because of this, there are a lot of people who know me as being the woman who wears pink every day, who has, some certain sayings like, what's going on up in here, or keep on slaying until you can't slay no more, who talks through, what personal branding is as far as the appearance, behaviors, communication skills, and the digital presence. They know that I am married. I have our son. I'm a basketball mom at night. I love fitness. You will see every now and again me showing pictures or videos of me working out, because that's a big part of who I am. And so all these things I am sharing with people, and which I know sometimes people do not want to share, because once you open yourself up, you may open yourself up for the good, bad, or the ugly, or anything in between. All right. But you're getting to own your narrative. And that's what I'm doing in this next. So we're going to talk about this, and why should every woman and men, because hey men, I know you're out there and you're supporting me, and I do work with men. I've already had a man as a client, and Dr. Brian Garner was my client. So y'all just get in where you fit in, okay? But most of the times I am working with women, particularly women veterans. Now, here in the future, I'll be working with a woman who's running for Congress. All right. So these are the things that I want us to talk about, and why we should think about enclothed cognition. We should think about it in leadership. We should think about it in transition, and we should think about it in transformation. All right. So I'm going to read some little excerpts from this article that Mark Cheeks, my brother in arms, he sent to me, and he was like, man, we've got to talk about this. And I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. I'll talk about it on the next show. So this effect, if you will, enclothed cognition is, the identification with the clothes that you wear. All right. They're saying in this research, okay, because this is research, this is by Adam H. and Galinsky. They both came together and did this experiment about what people think when people wear certain pieces of clothing. Now, I have a medical background. I was a medical technician for many years while I was serving in the military, and we wore whites. We had a white uniform when I first came in. What we had, they actually they gave us, okay, uniforms for us to wear, and it was either a white dress that zipped up in the front or buttoned up in the front, or there was white pants and a white top. You wore white stockings, white shoes, all of these things, okay? And when we go to the hospital, okay, when we see a doctor in a lab coat, and the lab coats are usually white, what do we think about, y'all? Okay, I know what I think about. I think about professionalism. I think about, oh my goodness, this person is really knowing what they particularly maybe an expert in this particular field. They have a stethoscope wrapped around their neck. All right. It gives us the perception that they went to school and got degreed up, and that, and again, sometimes these things are off, but most of the time, all right, there is a sense of feeling when you see color white on particular people in the medical community. All right. So clothes can have a profound and systematic psychological and behavioral consequence for the wearers. All right. So this future research, they also suggested that we could examine the effects of other types of clothing. It's like the robe of a priest makes us more moral. I don't know. I mean, some people think that that's the case, right? Would a firefighter's suit make us braver? I mean, yeah, like I feel like it would. It gives you the feeling. It's the same way when I was in my military uniform. Like when you're in military uniform, or when you see someone in a military uniform, you automatically think, hey, they are ready to go to war. They are going to protect us from all the bad guys. All right. So, although the saying goes that clothes do not make the man or the woman, the results suggest that they do hold a strange power over the wearers. So when you wear a certain outfit, what kind of feelings or what kind of behaviors are you demonstrating? Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about. So if you've ever really looked in the mirror, okay, and I look in the mirror a lot because I'm always getting dressed up and I'm going here, there, and everywhere. So I got to make sure that I am presenting in the image that I want to present in. Um, and I have chosen certain pieces, right? So when I wear pearls, okay, because I wear pearls a lot, y'all. I think I wear this necklace and these earrings a lot, like maybe 3 or 4 times a week, because they kind of match with everything that I got going on. But I think of pearls as very elegant, classy, a little bit sophisticated, right? Um, Even though maybe, people kind of only wear pearls when they go to special events. I'm like, today's a special event because today I woke up and I am alive. Okay, so if it matches, I'm going to wear it. I wear pink lipstick every day, the same type of lipstick. Why? Because it gives me the energy and the look that I'm looking for. And so, if you've ever felt like, this is like the energy that you're needing to pursue, then you really already felt it. You've already felt it. So we're really talking about the science behind this feeling, this enclothed cognition concept. Now, it's a fancy term for sure, but it's a systematic influence that clothing has on our psychological processes. So, what you wear literally changes how you think, it changes how you feel, and how you show up. Okay. Again, what you wear literally, okay, changes how you think, how you feel, and how you show up. Now, I have different outfits that I wear, and some of them provoke a different emotion. Like I have this favorite suit, and I turn it into an action figure doll. So if you've seen, especially on LinkedIn and Facebook, if you've seen the picture of me in like action figure, that is the suit that I have currently that gives me this feeling of power. It gives me a feeling of I'm in leadership with a twist. All right. I'm not boring. I'm not bland. I'm not the same old that you kind of see when you go out and about. And it's interesting. Okay. They are like, what we doing in here? Okay. So good morning, Tish. How you doing, Queen? Welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show, the live Rise and Slay Morning Show. I hope you are doing well, and thank you for being part of this conversation. We are specifically talking about enclothed cognition. Hey, Ernestine, how you doing, fam? How's it going? Good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for being here live with us this morning on the Rise and Slay Show. Okay. We are again talking about enclothed cognition, which is really a fancy term for how clothing influences our psychological processes. We all have pieces in our closet that give us this power, this sense of feeling like I'm on top of the world. I can take on anything, right? Imagine if your entire wardrobe was set up just like that. All right. That's what I've been building over the past 3 years. Before I walk out of here, out of my house, I always think about how do I want to feel today in the space that I'm going to show up in? Because I want to think, feel, and show up and do things differently. No more am I in a uniform, which I felt strong and powerful and very much like I am I was boots on the ground, okay? I love the song and the line dance, but it was a thing. Boots were on the ground, okay? Um, okay, you said you did a Facebook page crawl last week and I wore the different colored jumpsuits for each of my brand pages. My rainbow dress on my wall, it was a lot, but it was worth it. Absolutely. I love that for you, Queen. When we can think about what really gives these feelings, right? We tend to go to those, and before you know it, your wardrobe is just having this theme. There is a message within the wardrobe, and that's what I particularly like. So it's really not about looking good in the mirror. It's about feeling powerful in your soul. What is in your soul right now? And thinking sharper in the boardroom, thinking sharper when you're out at a networking event, thinking sharper when you are, engaged with a negotiation. All right. Maybe you got a business negotiation. Maybe you're in a career and you're getting ready for a promotion. Okay. And sometimes, we don't really think about how our clothes can make us sharper, how it can make us feel a certain way. And we are walking into these rooms, y'all, like we own the air that's in it. Okay. That's how we doing it. That is what I think in my head. I own this air right now. I'm going to come into here, into a space. Maybe I know people, maybe I don't. All right. But my head is up high. My chest is out. I am walking tall and proud and ready, okay, to step into any room that I am invited to. And this is how we can take in information or get into groups of individuals that are like-minded like yourself and to accelerate and ignite your success. Yes, Karen, dressed to impress. Hey, Queen, how you doing this morning? Yes, we are dressing to impress. All right, all day, every day. That is this slay mode, okay? Because you're in Slay Nation, and that's what we think of. And it is this confidence. This is the basis of Slay to Success. It is confidence. What is your confidence level when you are invited or you attend? All right. Are we shrinking ourselves? Are we playing it small? Are we just hiding from everybody? Are we blending into the background? These are the things that we need to think about. And if this is the case, this is where I step in. Okay. I step in and I, again, advise and empower women and men. Okay, to show up fully. Okay. So here's how this goes and why this enclothed cognition, why it really works. So when you put on a blazer, and for me, nowadays, I put on statement blazers. Yes, I have blazers that are one color, but a lot of times they got a lot of bold prints. Like I have a dress on right now, it is bold print. Okay. That is the energy that I like to bring. That is the energy that's in alignment with who I am. So whenever you put on a blazer, maybe you are wearing a uniform at work, maybe you have this bold red dress, or in my case, a bold pink dress, or your favorite power heels. Now, I have these heels, they're kitten heels, and I usually wear them every day. Okay. They match everything, they go with what my vibe is. All right. And so I'm like, I'm wearing them today. Okay. And a lot of times people are like, wow, but you know what? Our brain assigns meaning to it. There's a signal that we are sending out because our brain is telling us, Queen, you in the building. Let's look the part, sound the part, walk the part. Okay. And yes, Karen says, bringing the energy, it is a total vibe. It's a total vibe. And don't you want to be around people who have that vibe? I know I do. All right. I don't want to actually engage with people who are negative, who are bringing down the whole energy in the room, who always have a bad day. Okay. There are folks out there that always have a bad day, and they want to make sure they tell you that. All right. I don't have that vibe. Yes, my life, everybody's life is hard. There is difficulty in living, but I don't want to continue to show up in that. I have to work that out before I go anywhere, because that is not the vibe that I want to bring. So we are just not getting dressed. Okay. Please think about this when you start to look at what you got going on in your closet and how you're showing up. We are not just getting dressed, we are stepping into a role. All of us got a role to play, whatever that is. You may be the leader of your family. Okay, you may be the leader of your community. You may be a leader at your job. You may be the CEO and founder of your business. Okay, whatever that role is. So, again, studies have been shown that people wearing a lab coat associated with doctors performing better on attention tasks, just because they were wearing something that was symbolizing focus and intelligence. All right. Again, next time you go to the hospital, look around and see who's wearing the white lab coat. Not a lot of people do anymore. Okay, but I know when I have seen it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why they said the white lab coat gives you those feelings of anxiety a little bit. Like your blood pressure goes up because you don't know what the doctor is going to do, what they're going to say. All right. But it can be a little bit more apparent that they are the leader in their expertise. So when you put on your confidence blazer, your bold dress, that lipstick, your earrings, me today, it is pearls going on today. You don't just look like the CEO or the boss or, the leader. You start acting like one. You start thinking like one. You don't just wear the crown if you got a crown on your head. I know we got queens going on up in here. All right. And I'm affectionately called the Slay Queen. We have to carry ourselves like royalty. Okay. No more looking down at the ground. No more trying to, again, hide. I know women, when it's time to introduce yourselves, they'll go to the bathroom. I just kind of look around and be like, I don't want to tell anybody about what I do and how I do it. I'm so scared. I'm like, Queen, do you know you are the best kept secret? You are the best kept secret. And every time that you run to the bathroom and say, I don't know why I can't do that, I'm not quite sure, you are leaving an opportunity on the table. Okay. So let's be prepared. That's why I'm like, stay ready to be ready to let folks know what you do and how you do it. And yes, the authority in the space. You are the authority. This is what personal branding is. It is about your credibility. It's establishing the credibility and the authority in which the lane that you occupy in, not that anyone else is occupying in. Listen, I can go in leadership all day, every day. Okay, I can really talk things through. I got a master's degree in strategic leadership, but that's not what I lead with. What I'm leading with is personal branding, and it is in your style, Okay. It isn't what you talking about. It isn't what you are doing with your body. And it is also about your LinkedIn profiles. Again, I have looked around in these LinkedIn profiles and I said, Queen, we not showing up in here on LinkedIn. If you want to connect and you want to build community and you want to build that network, this LinkedIn profile needs to be updated like ASAP. Okay, so go get the professional photos, go in there and talk a little bit about yourself, share, what you do and how you do it and how you can make an impact. And guess what? Things will turn around. Okay, and if you need some help, come see about me. All right, so this isn't vanity. I know that a lot of people say, oh, yeah, you just get dressed up and you just look so pretty, you look so cute. Da, da, da. Don't get this twisted. Okay. All right. Yes. I got some jeans from my mom. These are my mom's jeans. I mean, my dad's got a little bit to do with it too, but mostly my mom. All right. So I understand that, I can get dolled up. Okay. But this is a vision. This is not about vanity per se. This is a vision. Again, I am an image consultant and a personal brand expert strategist. I see it every single day. A woman walks in to wherever we're going, our shoulders are a little low, their energy is uncertain, and their voice is shaking like crazy because they don't know what they want to do with all that they have. But when they align their outer image with that inner brilliance, she transforms. She gets ready. Just like Mark Cheeks put into the LinkedIn comments today, y'all. He said, Tiffany Haddish, she ready. Okay. She will be ready when she starts to see how she can align this outer image with this inner brilliance, inner wisdom, inner expertise, the experiences that you have. All right. The posture starts to shift. The voice starts to deepen just a little bit because you're like settling on my voice and your mindset catches fire. This is why I have the fire bomb on everything that I do. Keep on slaying till you can't slay no more. Fire. Okay. Because we understand that mindset, when it starts to shift, it catches on fire and everybody sees it and everybody is like, whoo. Enclothed cognition, that's what we were talking about this morning. It activates the version of you that already exists. So it's already there. It's already capable. It's already powerful. It's already ready. Okay. This is just like unleashing a little bit and putting yourself out there. This isn't about the surface, it's about strategy, it's about identity, and it's about how you step into the next chapter with intention. Okay. I do everything on purpose. There's nothing that you see that I don't do that's not on purpose, especially in this next chapter. Okay. So think about what you are doing on purpose to bring about the right attention to attract the right opportunities. All right. So when the next time someone tells you, oh, you're just putting on clothes, just smile, queens. Okay. And kings, if you're in here, just smile, give them a little smile and say, okay, no, it's strategy. That's what you're going to respond to. No, it's strategy. All right. And you're not dressing up for attention per se, but we are. I mean, yes, our eyes are going to be on us. We're dressing to attract alignment. We're gearing up for greatness. We're showing the world what your soul already knows. And the born to command the room and not to blend in it. All right. So you said I'm on here. I'm here, but I'm on my way to speak at a lunch. Okay, Queen. Listen, we got a queen in here who's getting ready to speak at a lunch and learn. That's personal branding. Okay. So, congratulations, Queen. Step up to the mic, okay, and handle your business. And I know you're going to be in your brand. Okay. So, I love, 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 love that you are here and is spending a little bit of time with us. So, y'all, today we did talk about enclosed cognition. It's a thing. Okay. It's a neuroscience behind what you are doing when it comes to your clothes. And this is the fact of the matter is, when we are growing our embodied cognition, we are positioning our state of our bodies, which can affect our thoughts. Okay? And so what are the thoughts that are going on in your head? We never want to walk into a room and say, "Oh, I should have worn that one outfit that I had. Oh, I could have wore that necklace. It went really well. Oh, I didn't want to wear this outfit because, I'd be like sticking out like a sore thumb." Okay, then you do what you do, okay, and continue to have those thoughts that are going to overwhelm you and get you distracted from where you want to go. And I know that's not what we're doing in here. Okay. Dress to impress. Absolutely. And yes. Okay. So enclosed cognition is about what your thoughts are. And it is strategy. It is not vanity. This is very intentional. What is it that when you put on what clothes you have, what are the thoughts and the feelings that you're getting from it? Put on more of those clothes and less of the other ones. I invite you all to my personal brand masterclass that I have next Wednesday, April 23rd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it is a virtual, and we're going to go over about how to pivot and prosper after building a personal brand that's going to open up new doors of opportunities. Okay, we're living in uncertainty, and that's fine. The world can be shifting and changing around us and so forth and so on. But what are we doing in the midst of it? How are we showing up, and how are we positioning ourselves powerfully? All right, because new opportunities are coming in the midst of the storm. This is what happens. Everything's crazy, chaotic, and so forth and so on. But we continue to stay stable, and we are going to find our way through this, and we are going to be ever better more for it. Okay, so thank you all for being here this morning with me on the Rise and Slay Morning Show. All right, I am your host, Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. I advise and empower women professionals, especially women veterans, to step up into their most authentic personal brand to gain and attract lucrative opportunities by using appearance, behaviors, communication skills, and your digital presence. And once you master all four of those areas, you can get anything and everything you desire and you deserve. And yes, Queen, be deliberate. All right. So thank you so much for Tish, Ernestine, and Karen, Audra, for being here with me live this morning. And keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.
Yeah.